So how is it that Zoom is down over 9% after market hours, but they reported a positive earnings? This is a question that you guys should all be asking yourself. And it comes down to the very simple idea that although revenue has increased over 50%, so many tech stocks are dropping after they report these earnings because although, again, I want you to understand the reason why it's dropping. Although based off of current and previous demand levels in previous quarters, they have been at all-time highs, right? When it comes down to overall revenue. Zoom peaked during pandemic conditions. They did very, very well, as it makes sense, right? But it's not just about what they've been able to do in the past, it's about what they're able to do in the up and coming future. If they show that revenue is up 50% and that they're not going to be able to keep up with that demand, meaning that their revenue is going to drop in the next series of quarters, then again, that does not look promising for long-term investors. And I just want you to understand why. Their earnings that they reported are better than anticipated. They beat earnings, but their guidance, as in their set expectation for the future, is not something that looks very promising, as it's going to be very difficult for them to be able to keep up with this. And this is why we see some form of negative catalyst with a lot of tech stocks that peaked during pandemic conditions, reach all-time highs, and then sell off, right? And you can't even see it after market hours, but you can see it here. This is where we closed at. This is where we're at right now. I love talking about stocks that are oversold. I love talking about stocks that sell off that were previously bullish. Zoom is now down 10%, nearly 10% after market hours, and I know you guys love when I make these videos. Again, oversold, meaning cheap, does not mean that it's a good buy. Zoom can continue to sell off. So all I want to share with you is I wanted to share with you why it's dropping even though they reported positive earnings. I know that's useful for some of you. But on top of that, I want to set proper expectation. This thing doesn't have to recover tomorrow or next week. It can still continue to sell off. So looking at where it's at a potential 310 support, knowing that it has hit lows of 270, right? There's a lot of margin for Zoom to continue to drop and sell off on. And this is why I'm encouraging you to stay patient and stay cool, calm, and collected. If you decide to buy the dip, do it with a position size in which you can manage. An example I want to give you is I'm going to buy some Zoom. I plan to invest about $100,000 into Zoom. Am I going to put the $100,000 right now? No, of course not, because Zoom can still continue to bleed and sell off over time. So what is it that I'm going to do? Instead of going in with $100,000, I'm going to go in with 10%, $10,000, and even that's aggressive. So what I want to share with you is, although I decide to buy the dip with 10%, the reason I do that is just in case it continues to sell off, I can tolerate that pullback. It might lose 5 to 10%, but I'm not losing 5 or 10% of $100,000. I'm losing 5 or 10% of $10,000, which is super important to understand. Now, when it comes down to, let's say that you're someone that's just getting started, and let's say that you're someone that isn't the best at managing or mitigating risk, you might want to be careful with buying the dip. You might want to not want to buy the dip and actually wait for confirmation or indication of a support level. Again, this thing can still sell off, so be real with yourself. If you're someone that sucks at cutting losses, if you're someone that sucks at managing risk, buying the dip is not in your future self's best interest. It's not that you have to be upset. It's just that, hey, maybe setting an alert and waiting for indication of a support and indication of a reversal is a much more effective way on how to approach this. I just wanted to share that with you guys. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and if you guys would like me to make these videos in the near future. If you guys do, please consider dropping a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and again, I trade live every single morning, so if you guys want to watch me at Market Open for our live trading session, make sure you click that second link down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.